Everything we do in life, sex, first dates, food, everything, we imagine it before it happens. Everything. Like even this interview, you imagined how it was going to go before it happened. Even I did.
If I want something, it can happen. Like it's absolutely possible, and to never act like it's not. And I think in a way that's kind of manifestation. It's like you think about it like it's already there, and it is.
So some people do not believe in conscious creation. Basically, they don't believe in manifestation. They think of it as something like so magical, or some people even think of it as witchcraft and things like that. However, today in this video, I'm going to be talking about what manifestation is, so you could have an easier time on manifesting your desires, absolutely anything you want. We're also going to be talking about what's the difference between law of assumption versus law of attraction, how it connects spirituality and science, and also my favorite techniques. Well, some of them. But first, a quick disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to say that the only reason why I have my blessings and things like that is only from me, because I am someone that is born and raised Christian. I am someone that believes in Jesus Christ. I'm not trying to force no religion, no nothing on nobody. I'm just saying what my personal opinions, as well as I'm not trying to force manifestation practices on absolutely anyone. This is for the people that want to learn, listen, as well as the people that practice manifestation. But yeah, let's get right into the video. So this is what I pulled up on Google. Manifestation is the process of turning your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings into physical reality. Ugh, I hate that word process, but that's just what it said. But anyways, so that's why I said you've been manifesting your whole entire life, because any thought that you have turned into physical reality was a manifestation of your thoughts. Any type of school project, invention, art piece was a manifestation of your thoughts. Everyday things we use are manifestations. And you can be like, okay, that makes sense, but how are people manifesting people, money, opportunities? Like, what is going on? Let's get into law of assumption versus law of attraction. What's the difference and which is better? Let's talk about it. So in simple terms, law of attraction means like attracts like. So you're gonna attract what energy you're emulating. So if you are high vibrational, you're going to attract high vibrational things. If you're low vibrational, you're going to attract low vibrational things. However, law of assumption, you create your reality by assuming your desired outcome is already done. So let's further get into it. So of course, I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, okay, which is better, law of assumption versus law of attraction? I think it all has to do with how you were brought up, and if it is harder for you to kind of live in the end and do that whole law of assumption thing, I suggest you start off with law of attraction, because I mean, I started off with law of attraction, but you know, do your thing, figure out what you want to get into. Now, the thing that people kind of, you know, there's a bit of a debate in the manifestation community about law of attraction is because law of attraction kind of creates separation between you and your manifestation, because you're like, okay, you have to stay in high vibration. You know, not only that, it kind of puts you in a state of like waiting and hoping and wanting, which isn't it. Like, you know, you want to have it now. Everybody wants fast results now. For example, say that we want to manifest a job or something like that. Affirmation that's more of a law of attraction affirmation would be like, I will get the job. An affirmation that is law of assumption would be more like, I already have the job. I got the job. Now, you can debate with me, you can fight with me, yes or no, but that's one of the reasons why people are just not too into law of attraction anymore. But obviously, I can't speak for everyone. Of course, there are a lot of people that still focus on law of attraction. Now, if we look on the flip side to law of assumption, which was popularized by the granddaddy of manifestation, Neville Goddard, says whatever you assume to be true becomes true.
You do not chase. Chasing only affirms separation. You embody. The moment you assume the state of having, reality bends to match your conviction. Close your eyes and imagine, not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. Walk as if the thing you seek is already in your possession. Feel the texture of success, the warmth of love, the security of abundance.
So obviously it's not about, you know, being all happy and stuff like that and being high vibrational. It's about living in the wish fulfilled. You shift internally and your outer world must reflect that exact thing, right? I'm not saying that like people that focus on law of attraction don't live in the end and stuff. Like, this stuff is just taught just within manifestation, you know? However, it's just kind of different is what I have noticed based off what some people that preach law of attraction have talked about. But let's move on to the next part of the video.
Have to meet the vibration. You can't be above or below it. In order to draw the thing to you that you want to come, you can't want it so much that you fear that you won't get it. You have to want it. So in order for me to be on your vision board, you must have put it there and then you let it go.
Yes.
And then you weren't thinking about it every day. Because you can't, it doesn't come to you that way. You have to do it, and then you have to put it, and then you have to meet that vibration. You have to prepare yourself to be there and ready when it shows up.
So most of us, we're taught that everything in the universe, including you, is made up of energy. When you are in the state of love, joy, confidence, you admit that energy, that frequency, that vibration, whatever you want to call it, and therefore people, situations match you and are drawn to you. Now, if we talk about why repetition is so important, every time you think a thought, your brain frees neurons, and the more you continue to repeat and affirm, positive or negative, whatever, the stronger the neural pathways become. And that's when you basically like rewire your brain and train your brain to think a certain way. And that's how you build habits and things like that. And that's called neuroplasticity. I talked about this like briefly in another video of mine, but that's exactly how it works. And that's why repetition is so important. If you think love, and you're constantly thinking love is an amazing thing, and blah blah blah, you'll start to feel love in your life. And that's when you start to feel it, is when you will see it within your 3D reality, and it'll just show up for you just like that.
Yeah, and I also feel that things that I repetitively think about or say, I'm able to manifest. Like, this house, for example, I manifested this.
Now, your reticular activating system has many functions, but in this case, this is your brain's way of filtering information. So, for example, when you are trying to focus on something, on like a goal, and then all of a sudden your brain starts to show you opportunities, like it makes you notice opportunities for the thing that you're focusing on. For example, like say you learn a new word, and then all of a sudden you start to hear it or see the word around you. It's very interesting. It's very fascinating in my opinion. Like a lot of these things prior to manifestation I really didn't know about. All I was just going off gut and instinct. But let's get more into the spirituality of manifestation. So first things first, yes, I am a Christian, and yes, I do consciously manifest, but I'm going to explain something to you all. I'm only going to be speaking on what some Christians have to say about manifestation. I cannot speak on other religions just because I'm not educated. I don't know, so I'm sorry about that in advance. One of the reasons why some Christians are against manifestation is because some people within the manifestation community center their manifestations around the universe, because what if they don't associate with any type of religious background or anything like that? That's their thing. Now, if you are someone who is Christian, when you start to lean on your own understanding and start to believe that you are the God of your reality, when I mean you create your reality, I'm talking about you move your little avatar, okay, baby? But you are not the game creator. And I'm referring to God. But anyways, when you start to pray to the universe, those types of things will bring you into pride and idolatry, because you are looking for things outside of God. You are trying to say that you are the creator and you have all the answers, you know everything. But that's why God says not to lean into your own understanding. And that's why I believe in divine timing, and I center my manifestations around God, because I don't know everything. I don't know every situation. I know God knows everything. And it'd be foolish of me as a Christian to try to guess whatever is going to happen and to act like I know everything, because I don't. But I seriously think it has to do with your intention as well as your relationship with God. You know what I mean? Now, yes, I do believe that the universe is a powerful energy source. Scientifically, spirituality wise, I definitely think so. However, as a Christian, God is above. Like for me, it's like, why would I go to the receptionist when I can go to the big boss and ask the real questions? You know what I mean? But that's just for me. Yes, I do have videos talking about how manifestation is instant. And the reason why I say manifestation is instant is because we are taught in Christianity as well that everything has already been created. Everything is already done. The person you want is already in the world. The money you want is already in the world somewhere. It's all about you now aligning with that thing. I was gonna talk about something really good, but I figured I should just make a whole video about it, because it's gonna be a good video. Not to toot my own horn, but it's gonna be a good video, because I'm like, I should talk about how I manifested something, but also with working with God's divine timing. You know what I mean? And I feel like that deserves to be a video, not squeezed into the end of this video. So yeah. So congratulations if you're still here. We're going to be talking about some of my favorite manifestation techniques to end off this video. This is not in order from like my most favorite or anything, but just some of them My favorite one, the gratitude list. And it's basically where you take a sheet of paper or in your manifestation journal, whatever you got, and you're basically gonna write down what you're grateful for, because gratitude, energy, happiness, use it to your benefit. And you're gonna write down like the things that you currently have in your 3D reality, and then start to say what you want to manifest, but write it like in the middle. So you say one thing that is, I don't want to say true, one thing that you currently have in your 3D reality now, and then the thing you want to manifest. And then, you know, you just kind of do a pattern like that. This is great for if you want to manifest multiple things at one time. You know what I mean? Because some people say, oh, you should just only focus on one manifestation. You don't have to. We don't have to. I promise you don't have to. Write it all down. I'm so grateful I have this, that, whatever. And it just feels so good to do. And it doesn't matter what time of day you do it. I usually do it in the morning, just because I even just write gratitude lists for fun, because it makes me feel happy. Anytime I'm feeling like low or upset, that's when I write gratitude lists. That's just kind of my comfort thing. So then when you incorporate what you want to manifest, oh, snap of the fingers, it comes quick. Okay, this one might make me sound crazy, but I mean, I've already sounded crazy enough on this channel, so who cares at this point? But anyways, this one is called Spill the Tea. Well, that's what I like to call it, but I've heard, you know, other manifestation gurus and people on YouTube talk about it. It's basically when you pretend that you're on the phone with like a close friend or your boyfriend or whoever. It's just someone close in your life, and you're, you know, sharing the good news of what happened to you. So you pick up your phone, you put it to your ear, and then just act like you're talking to them, even though they're not there. Yeah. Like that kind of sounds a bit, you know, weird, but I don't do this one often personally, because I don't know. And if I do it like once, because I can't stand doing it again, because it's just kind of ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous, but if you're that good of an actor, then it will be like, it'll feel really natural and it won't feel like anything. But if you kind of feel awkward about it, I don't know, pick another technique. But yeah, I love this one. I just do it one time, because think about it, you'd only tell the person this maybe one time, so you don't have to do it multiple times. Now the last technique I'm going to share with you guys before I do, you know, the big video, is manifesting with sats. Because I've been doing sats for almost my whole life without even knowing that this is what it is. You know, when we're like, oh, you know, imagining fake scenarios before bed, baby, you're manifesting. It's super fun and easy. All you're gonna do is, when you're about to go to sleep and you're lying down, I recommend you do this when you're like really tired, not if you're someone that has a hard time sleeping, because I don't know, it can be difficult if you're not someone that's very good at meditation and stuff like that. But you're basically, all you're gonna have to do, you don't have to use any type of subliminal or anything in the background. All you do is imagine your scenario of what it is you want to manifest and loop it. So imagine something short, nothing like a whole conversation, just something short that you can loop over and over and over in your mind as you fall asleep. Now for me, when I started to do this like consciously for manifestation, I would wake up the next morning and be like, oh my god, I feel like I didn't do it good enough, like I feel like I really wasn't doing it well, like I feel like I just fell asleep instantly, whatever. Trust me, baby, you are actually doing it for longer than you think. And most of the times, because you do that, you end up usually dreaming of what it is you want to manifest. You know what I mean? Don't worry if you don't end up dreaming of it, but don't worry, it's in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind got it. I recommend that you continue to do it for at least a week, but you don't have to. You can do it one night, boom, happens next day. You never know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. And I mentioned this like maybe 3-4 videos ago, that I am going to be making a video dedicated to the subconscious mind, because that's another interesting topic that I would love to share on this channel. But anyways, bye.